Greetings, YouTubers. Well, I'm still on the subject of 10-meter pistol shooting, target shooting. I'm getting into it now. I've got my my Gamo revolver there, which is great. It's $100 gun, like I said earlier, but it's not really a target pistol. You can do target work with it, but I did discover that the barrel is aluminium, it's not steel. So, and I discovered this by using a magnet. There's a CO2 cartridge, for example, and I did open the cylinders and put the magnet in there onto the back end of the barrel, which pushes in and out on this, and it's aluminium. It's aluminium, so it's got an aluminium barrel. Okay, so really what we're looking for is a pellet gun that fires 177 pellets, and you can do target work with it, and we really want a steel barrel with rifling in it. Obviously aluminium barrel is okay, it's okay, you know, it's got reasonable accuracy with it. But looking at these Olympic pistols, I mean they're high end, Steyr, Walther, that sort of thing, you're looking at $2.5 grand. So I was looking more for something around $100, which is a target pistol with a steel barrel, and there's so many guns out there. But forget about BBs, forget about 22s, we're looking at 177 pellet guns. Okay, so that puts you in three categories, doesn't it? The Springer, the old Springer, which was great. I had Springers as a kid, you know, and remember the Gat and the Diana and the ones that, yeah, they're great because you never run out of air. You're never ever going to run out of air. You just constantly got to do this. But doing that between shots and then holding the gun up again it's gonna spoil your aim, I think. Certainly after a while, after going. So I do like the CO2. These CO2s, these are great. They're really cheap. You can buy them on Amazon. I buy about 50 at a time, and they last ages. You know, one cylinder will get you 60 to 100 shots, and then you change the cylinder when it's getting a bit tired. And the high-end guns, all high-end guns are PCP, which are pre-charged air. I don't know what PCP stands for, but it's a pre-charged tank. But you know, you need to sit there with a hand pump pumping away, or you need to buy a compressor to fill the damn thing up, or you need to go out and buy an air bottle that scuba divers have and fill that up and then get your air from there. So it's a bit of a faff unless you're really dedicated target shooters. So I thought, forget all that. What kind of target pistol would I go for? Well, I'd want something with a proper steel barrel. I'd want something with a CO2. I'd want a nice target grip on it, and it only needs to be single shot. So I'm looking around for something cheap. But the longer the barrel length, the better the accuracy. So you want something with a reasonably decent barrel length. You know, you don't want to be buying something with a short barrel. There's just so many. I've looked. You know, I like the blowback BB guns. You know, there's so many out there. One of the best ones that I've seen, which I've never fired, but it looks really good, I would be tempted to buy it, would be the Walther CP22, is it? And it looks like a proper handgun, but it's a target pellet gun. Again, but you know, I want to get away from that and go on to a proper sort of target pistol-ish looking thing, albeit at the low end of the market, and see how we get on with that. Because don't forget, we're building. There's no point in thinking, yes, great, I want to do 10 meter. I'm going to go and spend $1 grand on a target pistol, because you've not got the best target pistol for doing target work, right? You're in the middle, so you're far better off with a cheapie, I think. And there's some really good cheapies out there. I've seen some belting ones that look the part for 500, but I don't want to spend 500 even. You know, I haven't got loads of money. I'm looking at $100, let's say 150 max. Let's find something out there that's made in China. And let's just put them to the test. Because if we're any good and we can get a decent grouping, you know, we're on the way, aren't we? We're on the way to target shooting. And as an ex-veteran, as an ex-army veteran, I really enjoy it. I do really enjoy target shooting. You know, I could get into it, and most people, I've got access to a backyard that's at least 10 yards long, you know, or your mate's got one, or the back garden or something like that. You know, you're not asking a lot, are you? 10 metres in a straight line. It's only 30 foot, isn't it? You can see why I was never a mathematician, can't you? Right, well, that's blown me that, isn't it, now? How far, how many 10 yards? That's 30 foot, yeah it is. 10 times 3, 30 foot. Anyway, I never was any good at maths. I'm sure you can tell. I'm not an English teacher either, so if I spell things incorrectly, and you're a qualified English teacher, you can tell me off. Mark my work with a cross. But getting back to my target shooting, yeah, you need to pick up a gun, which is like a target pistol. It's got a proper rifled steel barrel, which is where this one falls down. Apart from that, this one's pretty good. I like it a lot. I don't regret buying it. It's good, but I'm definitely getting into serious target work. I want to just load one shot, bring the gun up and just go and see how accurate I can get it, because I'm aiming for the bullseye every single time. And don't forget, thinking of the Olympics, you don't want a stock, you don't want two hands, you're going for one hand, and you're doing open normal sights, which you can adjust left, right, up and down until you've got it zeroed in at 10 yards. And that's that for me. If I can do that, that's a challenge which I want to do, because I don't want to get out of breath or go up a hill, you know, with a pack on, anything like that. No, but this is my kind of sport, because I can do this. I've got a little backyard which is 10 yards long. It's actually 16 yards long, so I'm good. Rifles are a bit more dodgy, because you really want to be shooting further than 10 yards with an air rifle, because you've got much longer barrels, so you've got longer accuracy over more distance, depending on the gun itself. But I said to Trevor, you know, Trevor Colt, why don't you get an air gun? Because he has PTSD. He was in the wars and things. I was in the army. I never went to war anywhere. Never did anything. Only time I went abroad was to the Isle of Wight, to a swamp. But I said to him, why don't you get into pistol shooting? And if he comes out to Spain, he keeps threatening he will do one day. But if he ever does, I'm going to get him on a target shooting on the 10 yards and see, because hitting a target at 10 yards is easy. Anyone can do that. But it's the precision, the accuracy now. We're going for the bullseye. You know, if your bullet starts straying out of the bullseye, you need to tighten that grouping up. And I'm really into it. I didn't say I was any good, but I'm going to get there. I'm definitely training for it. And my next stage is to get myself a single shot target pistol, which has a steel rifled 177, that's 4.5mm bore, and start knocking out some lead. I'll see you later. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is, because I've got the old cylinder in the gun, I've fired about 50 shots. I'm going to finish the cylinder off. I'm going to do some practicing, and then we'll get going. I'll get the set of targets up, just finish the cylinder off. Then we'll put a fresh CO2 in there, and we'll get a new target, and then we'll see how we get on. Let's go. And don't forget, I am still shooting two-handed, you know, literally out in front of me like this, until my shooting sharpens up enough to go onto one hand, because that seriously is going to be the big challenge for me, shooting with one hand. Okay, well that was a really good one. I'm very pleased with that. Target number 4, you can see the grouping there on the back. That's pretty good. That was shooting with two hands. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 in the bowl. I've got 2 8s, although one of them's a 7.5. But yeah, that's I'm really impressed with that. If I could shoot like that every time, I'd be very happy. So I've got 2 targets left. This is target number 4. I'm going to do 5 and 6 with one hand. And this is going to be diabolical. Okay, one hand, so you can see I'm not cheating. Supposed to go like that. Right, let's see how we got on. Okay, 2 in the ball, 2 or 3 in the outer black, and 3 strays. Not too bad for the first attempt.